card players, what is Gucci in the booty? I am Wolfgang, 1/4 of Team Starwind. We're back with another video, and this video, my friends, has been a long time coming. I want to apologize honestly to you guys, and especially to Corey O'Shea and anybody else that had donated or sent us lists to work on, because we made a post like early October, like October 10th or something along those lines, and we have this new segment, as you guys can see. It's called Deck Doctor, where you send us your list and we work on it, and then we make a video and tell you guys the changes that we made or whatever. But it's just taken us forever to actually get our original idea. That was Wolfgang Jr. in the back. Our original idea is to, like, you know, you guys send us the list, we get the cards together, duel with it, see what we like, what we don't like, and then change it from there. The problem is, it was really a lot more difficult getting the cards. We didn't realize we don't have like 3 of every single card in the game. So when people send us these lists and we don't have the cards, we have to actually go out and get them. But I'm not gonna make any more excuses or whatever. The video is here, it's up. This is Corey O'Shea's Final Fantasy VIII deck, so let's get into it. All right, guys, here we are, here we go, and here is his list. Remember, this is a Final Fantasy VIII themed deck. So with that being said, let's start off with the forwards, which he runs 24 of, 10 of them being Lightning. He runs 3 Ninja, 3 Kairos, 2 Common Cipher, and 2 Rare Cipher. Those are the Lightning forwards. And now for the Ice forwards, which he runs 14 of, he has 3 Legendary Squall, 3 Rare Laguna, 3 Legendary Renoa, 3 Semblance of a Lying, 1 Hero Squall, and 1 Legendary Laguna. So that's his forward lineup, 24 forwards. And let's move to the backups, which he runs 20 of. He's got 8 Lightning backups, 3 Hero Lulus, 3 Maki, however you guys pronounce that card's name, and 2 Hero Adias. And then moving on to the Ice backups, he has 12. So we have 3 Devout, 3 Renoa, 2 Time Mage from Opus 1, 2 Time Mage from Opus 2, and 2 Cannonaires, the ones from Opus 3. And then moving on to the summons, he has 4 Ice summons and just two Lightning summons. So he has 3 Moomba, 2 Odin, and 1 Mateus the Corrupt. Now, when we first saw this list, we like almost immediately saw the changes that we wanted to make in the deck. Namely, like the very biggest one that spoke out to us was the 6 Renoa ran in the deck. We just did not like the idea of it all. But we did say that we were going to build the deck first, have a duel with it first, see how it actually runs before we make any changes to it, and go from there. So we did that, and this is the duel right here. All right, so here we are. This is E, who is pretty much like our residential Ice user. I don't really like Ice. I don't mess with the color too much. I don't like what it does. But so we got E, who does enjoy playing Ice, facing Negative, who's running his Fire Wind deck, which I don't think there's like a direct theme behind the deck. I think it's just a Fire Wind deck that he had put together. I think this is actually a fun deck he put together as well. So we didn't want to go too hard on this build. We assumed that the Final Fantasy VIII deck was a fun deck, so that's what we was going with. Just fun deck versus fun deck, basically, is what I'm trying to say. That's what's going on here. But they both start off with 2 drops. So E's hand, it's actually not that bad. You've got the Kairos and Laguna combination happening in his hand, which honestly, I don't know if it happens in this game, but we did more than just this game. But the Kairos and Laguna, that's a lot stronger than what I originally thought. Like what we initially thought it was gonna be. Like that's actually really good. So shout out to all the Kairos and Laguna users out there. But he dumped the 4-drop Adia to play Knight, and he started off with the 2-drop Time Mage, the good one, because to be fair, we didn't like. He ended up dropping Laguna. I mean Kairos, unfortunately. But even with Laguna in his hand, interesting. We don't like that other Time Mage. What is it? The Opus 1 Time Mage? I forget which one it was. The one that takes away first strike or something like that. Not the hugest fan of that. That idea, although it is a hero, not the hugest fan. Its ability is just too specific. Understandably, it does work with Cypher, but it doesn't do enough to warrant that combo. You get what I'm saying? Like the Laguna Karos combo, for instance. The Laguna Karos combo, it works. Laguna is going to hit the board regardless because that works with Squall, and that combo works very well. So it's like Karos is kind of like just the icing on top of the cake when you already have the Squall Laguna combo going on. Play Karos, now you just have 9,000 attack power forwards on the board, and you simply just cannot go wrong with that. And he's only a 3-drop as well. So we like that combo. The Adia Cypher combo, we wasn't really feeling that. But yeah, so let's get back to the duel. Sorry. But he's got Negative has a brawler, 2 backups on the board. He's got fire and wind, so he's doing good. E, on the other hand, has 2 ice backups, one of them being Renoa. So we need to get him a lightning backup, which is funny because he just dumped one to play Odin and swing through for a point of damage. And Ninja's actually a really nice card. Although you do need to have a lightning, either like 2 lightnings untapped or a lightning in hand, but that can trade with legit any card in the game. Like it beats Delita, it beats any forward in the game. Warrior of Light, even it just breaks it. It does no damage, no nothing. Just I break, you break, that's it, as long as you have the 2 to pay. So that's honestly, it's really not a bad effect. But let's see what else happens in this duel. Negative also has a pretty full hand of cards there. So he taps 2, dumps Bard to play Balthier, and passes turn. Back to E. Let's see what we get. So we have Cypher and another Renoa. So now that Renoa, since Renoa is on the board, that Renoa it's completely useless. It's pretty much just it's CP at this point. So let's see what I would do. Personally, I would. Okay, he dumped. Interesting. He should have just dumped the Renoa since he can't play that. I think that was a slight misplay. But he just wanted to go for the point of damage, and he runs into a Brynhilde, killing the Laguna, which is very, very unfortunate. In that situation, personally, I would have played the Squall, although he was just going to draw. We don't know that. We had no way to tell that, but he was going to draw the Brynhilde next turn and kill it. But I would have played the Laguna. I would have played the Squall, and next turn summon Laguna to free something on the board, or you know, the turn after. Yeah, next turn I'd play something to free something on Negative's board. But unfortunately, he ran into a Brynhilde killing. Ooh, he ran into Brynhilde killing the Laguna, and then he uses Balthier's ability to kill Ninja, so Ninja's dead. I like that he used Balthier's ability twice to kill him. And then he summons. Oh, he discards Renoa to summon Semblance of a Lion, who we found it just didn't quite do enough. And further testing beyond this game, because we actually all of us ended up playing one duel with this deck. Was it versus? I think every game was versus this deck. Was it? No. When I used this deck to play E was using I believe an Ice Lightning or some kind of Lightning variation deck. So but yeah, the Semblance of a Lion, although the fact like it kind of worked to the idea. I'm moving too far ahead. Let's finish this game, and then we'll talk about the changes and stuff that we ended up making afterwards. But so Negative has 3 backups and Balthier on the field, and he even has Fran to give Balthier. What is it? Is it first strike or haste? Yeah, I think Fran gives Balthier first strike. So and Balthier's he's quite the deadly weapon right now. And he summons, that's my guy, Sky Pirate. That is my dude. I like that card. After running the Zemus deck that I put together, Sky Pirate's my guy. Oh, and he uses Sky Pirate to reactivate Fran. Nice. Because E ended up using Time Mage's ability on Balthair, making him not be able to attack, hoping that nobody would swing this turn. But Negative had the Belias to make Sky Pirate be able to swing through. Chose not to block, so we're at 2-1. The Ice deck is up right now. Let's see what E decides to do. He's got, can't really see his hand. I see the Cannonair, I see Mateus, and oh, he does have the Squall and 2 cards. I can't really tell what it is. Looks like he's about to pay with a Time Mage though. Time Mage and Cypher to play Cannonair to dull and freeze both of Negative's forwards. Still just see Squall and Mateus. Ooh, he swings with the Semblance, but Negative activates Asura, reactivating Balthair and killing. This is kind of like a bad matchup, honestly, now that I think about it. Ice versus Wind, because all Ice does is dull and freeze and stuff, so they never want to run it. Well, they don't, I'm not going to say they never want to run into it. They really don't like running into a Wind deck. So that's very unfortunate. I still can't see that other card. Oh, that's Lulu. That's Lulu. Okay. Oh, he could have used Cypher to play Lulu, but that wouldn't have put him in a better situation. Well, maybe it could have. He could have started knocking. Oh no, he can only deal. Well, I don't know. Quite possibly could have put him in a better situation. I guess you may never know. But so Negative taps 2. Oh, I thought that said 7. I was like, why did he just play 4 to pay 7? Well, why did he pay 4 to play 7? But he pays 4 to play Trey. Trey is a very extremely good card. So let's see how E decides to get out of, let's see how or if E can get out of this situation. He taps 3 to play Squall. Yeah, it's just not looking good for him right now. He's just in a bad spot. Me personally, I would have, oh, he runs Negative plays another Brynhild. It's very unfortunate. These are just, the cards are just super weak, so they have no strength behind them, so they're just getting any removal at this point is just murdering him right now. So it looks like Negative can just go in for the gusto and swing as much as he wants to his free will right now, and that is exactly what he's doing. I would have personally, I would have played the Devout and dumped one from hand to play the Squall. But so since Balthair already got hit by a Moomba, E decides to discard 1 to play Moomba on the Balthair, killing it, and Negative still has a pretty wide board, and he puts his head down. Why is that? What did he just, oh, he drew Renoa. Renoa's on the board and he can't play it, and Renoa would help him right now a whole, I mean it wouldn't like change the tide of the game, but he scoops it up. He's like, I got nothing, I can't play anything. Yep, he just got a Dia Renoa, and it's just, it wasn't good. So let's see how we can fix this up. All right, and we are back now, and you guys seen the duel, you guys seen how the deck played, or how it played out for us in that particular battle. It didn't really work out too well. There was a situation where Enoch could have had he had the Renoa in hand, but he also had a Renoa on the field, and by the time he drew the Lulu to be able to knock off the Renoa that was on the field, it was already too late. Negative had already had an overwhelming board, so it just didn't work out in that particular situation. Also, we found that, you know, as I said, Makwai or Maki, however you guys want to pronounce it, didn't really do much. Neither did the other time Mage. So let's just get into the changes that we made. So first and foremost, we're going to start off with the forwards. Once again, we kept it 24 forwards, changing up the ratio a bit. We have 11 Lightning forwards, and we tried to keep it, I know you guys see the first name, we tried to keep it as close as you guys will look down the list. It's close, it's almost fully Final Fantasy VIII. We just feel as though if you are gonna play a Lightning deck, 9 times out of 10 you're gonna have some form of the Owl Cid combo in there. Like, that's almost unavoidable. If you want a very strong Lightning deck, my personal opinion, you need the Owl Cid combo. It's a 2-for-1. It's one of the greatest tempo plays in the game. You're gonna need yourself an Owl Cid combo for some Destro in the deck. So although the deck does dull a lot, so you got to, you know, pick and choose your battles. But yeah, so we starting off, we have 3 Owl Cid, but the good thing about Owl Cid is that it can also combo with and tempo with Kyros, because Kyros is a 3-drop Lightning forward. Not only that, Cypher is also a target, so it has targets outside of Onion Knight, so it works well in the deck. So we have 3 Owl Cid, we have 3 Kyros. We went with 2 of the common Cypher just because his ability to deal damage, also combo that with Moomba and combo that with Onion Knight. We just found that it was a very good mix. So that we have 2 of those Cyphers, 2 Onion Knight, of course, and we have 1 of those Cyphers. And the only reason why Negative was really against this Cypher, and the only reason why I was not against it, why I said we should play at least 1 of it instead of 3 Cypher, was just because in case, I don't know what the meta is like where he's from, and I feel like Golbez is kind of like a thing. So as long as Golbez is a thing, I feel like that having that Cypher as a 1-up isn't terrible, because if you can pull off his special versus a Golbez deck, you're in the green, you know what I mean? So we decided to go with playing a 1-up copy of that Cypher. Moving on to the ice forwards, we have 13 of them. We have 3 Renoa, because Renoa L in the ice deck, I mean, combo that with Devout, like you can't go wrong with Renoa in the deck at all. The Renoa forward is just a phenomenal card in ice. It does what ice is supposed to do. It's defensive, and it also could be aggressive depending on how you play and, you know, the moves that you make. But 3 Renoa, 3 legendary Renoa. We went with 3 rare Squall and 3 rare Laguna, just because that Squall and Laguna combo is extremely powerful in ice. I hear a lot of people don't really like it. I feel like, you know, when you get that combo off, not only are you like taking 2 cards from somebody's hand or dulling freezing a forward, you also have two 9,000 attack power forwards on the board. You mix that with Kyros, you have 3 9,000 attack power forwards on the board. And not only that, Kyros has haste while Laguna's on the board, so you can just play Kyros and swing. You can do the Laguna Squall combo 1 turn, next turn Owl Cid into Kyros and swing with 3 9,000 attack power forwards. That you cannot go wrong with. That is a phenomenal play in my opinion. So we did put the Squall and Laguna combo. You can also combo that with Devout. So yeah, we put the Squall and Laguna combo in there. We went for 2 semblance of a lion. The card is alright. Cypher is obviously better. It's just the fact, just because it's a Final Fantasy VIII card, and the Final Fantasy VIII selections were quite limited. Well, it's technically Dissidia, but you know, it's Squall, so it's quite limited, but it does combo well with, you know, with Onion Knight, combos well with Cypher and Moomba. So we decided to go for a 2-of, and then we have 1 legendary Squall, because one legendary Laguna, because legendary Laguna, he is a good card. You can't go wrong with him. And we also decided to go with 1 hero Squall, because that is also a really good card. Moving on to the backups, which we found was like one of the biggest errors, I will say, in the deck, that we just did not like the backup lineup. So we did a major overhaul of the backups. So here we go. We start off with the Lightning, which we have 8 of. We have 3 Black Mage, the one that reduces the power, because yes. It also makes it so that Minwoo doesn't get in the way of your Owl Cid combos. And also it combos with Moomba, and it combos with Cypher, and you know, the whole damaging and all of that. It all combos together. So running 3 Black Mage, most definitely. We run 2 Black Mage, the one that destroys a backup. I'm sorry, you crack it off and you destroy a damage forward. Once again, it combos with the theme of the rest of the deck. So it's kind of like a Final Fantasy VIII/damage deck. That's kind of what it is. So we went with that. And then we have 2 Red Mage because haste. Why not? It's a 2-drop. If you don't use it, fine. But if you do, you give somebody haste. Can't go wrong with that. And then we play a 1-of copy of the Black Mage from Opus 3, which in my opinion, I like it as a 1-of because there's a lot of those 3 drops that just, like Garnet for instance, she's a hard to interact with card. So you not understandably it is an expensive a cost to do the effect, but you are hitting these cards that you only use it when it's a really problem card. Garnet for instance, she's annoying, you know what I mean, and she's a hard to interact with card. I'm talking about the legendary Garnet, of course. So having this card as a 1-of just to get rid of these really problem 3 drops and less is just, I feel like it's strong, you know what I'm saying. Just to have it as one, if you don't use it, it's fine. It's a 2-drop on the board. It's still going to do what it does, still going to give you your CP, but if you can use it, then why not, you know what I mean. If you can get rid of somebody on the board, why not? So those are the Lightning backups. Moving on to the ice, we have 3 Jill Nabat, because if you are playing an ice deck, you 9 times out of 10 you are playing Jill. Hitting a Jill off the top to dull somebody, or no, I'm sorry, to freeze 2 forwards, you can't go wrong with that. Your opponent had they have 2 forwards on the board, they went kind of wide, play that Jill Nabat. Next turn you play your Zalera. You just can't go wrong with freezing 2 of your opponent's boys. This is what ice does. It dulls, it freezes. This card has EX burst that freezes and all of that in a 2-drop. Not only that, it also has a special that acts as a Shiva. You can dull and freeze a forward. So play 3 Jill Nabat, definitely, indefinitely, most indubitably we are playing 3 Jill Nabat. We went with 2 Time Mage because that Time Mage is good. It stops your opponent from attacking. I mean, what more could you want? And you can't go wrong with that. So we went with 2 Time Mage. Then we have 2 Devout because, of course, now we kind of was going back and forth whether or not we wanted to play 3 Devout. We ended up just going with 2 Devout just because, like, we wanted to, honestly, truth be told, we wanted to play the single copy of Cannonair. That's why we went. It was either 3 Devout or 2 Devout and 1 Cannonair. So we ended up doing 2 and 1 just because Cannonair is a 5 cost. It is pretty hefty cost, but you are dull and freezing 2 of their forwards, which is what ice does, which is what you want. So yeah, we went with the 1 Cannonair, and we went with 2 Duke Larg so that we can change our 9 drop. I'm sorry, our Squall and Lagunas into 2 10k power forwards because yes. Also our Renoa into an 8k power forward. We just found that the deck, the core of the deck, like all these forwards are relatively weak, so they are gonna get knocked off by almost any and all Destro. Like they just get hit, they're just so weak. So we just decided that Duke Larg was a necessary evil, I guess, because me personally, I don't really like playing those boosters in a dual color deck unless like I have a certain overwhelming amount. But it was kind of like this card. This deck is kind of even in the amount of forwards with 13 ice and 11 lightning. But with this deck, the power cards, you want them to be powerful. You want them to stay on the board. So we went with 2 Duke Larg. As far as summons go, we have 8. We went up in summons a bit. We went with we have 2 lightning summons, 2 Odin because Odin is 4-drop, destroy any 4 or less. We need that. We went with 3 Moomba because it works with the rest of the idea of the deck. 2 Shiva, which was what the deck was lacking. I was really surprised to see that there was no Shiva in the deck. It's the 2-cost Opus 3 Shiva. You dull two of your opponent's forwards. I mean, you can't go wrong with that. Like that card wins games. That's like a game-ending card right there. And to top it all off, we went with 1 Zalera because that card, dude, that card destroys water. Like, what's in water? You got Zidane if you're running the YRP. I said Zidane and YRP. If you're running the Steiner combo, you've got Zidane, you got Steiner, Garnet. All of those dudes get knocked off. 1 card, Zalera, kills them all. Even YRP gets hurt. Who you have? Pain. I can't think of who else is in YRP right now, but Pain, I know Pain's a big card. You got even though he already comes in and does his job, what's his name, Bart, all these cards die to Zalera, so you can't go wrong with at least a one of. I kind of would have knocked off a Moomba and went 2 Zalera, just went 2 Shiva, 2 Moomba, 2 Zalera. You can mix and match it how you like, but at least 1 Zalera in the deck, most definitely. But alright, dudes and dudettes, that is going to do it for today's video. We hope you guys enjoyed it, and once again, we are very, very, very sorry for how long it took us to put this together, but no more excuses. This is our new series. It is called Deck Doctor. We hope you enjoyed it. Shout out once again to Corey O'Shea for not only submitting his list to us, but also being extremely patient with us and waiting for us to drop this video. We love all you guys. We almost had 200 subscribers, so hit that subscribe button below if you have not already. Leave us comments, leave us likes, leave us love. We'll catch you on the next one. Peace!